We appreciate the cooperation we received during this incident. Our thoughts and prayers are with everyone involved in today's incident. Today's incident started around 12:30 p.m. when a CHP task force officer advised over a police radio system the shots had been fired and a CHP officer had been struck by gunfire near Mahaney Park. Members of the Roseville Police Department and allied agencies responded to the area of Mahaney Park to assist with the investigation. Upon arrival, officers were confronted by the suspect still carrying a gun and now seen running from officers on scene. Suspect began shooting as he was running from police and took two citizens hostage for a short time until officers arrived and confronted the suspect. The suspect then surrendered to officers on scene and was taken into custody. Medical aid was administered as soon as the scene was safe. We do know we have two innocent citizens who were struck by the suspect's gunfire during the incident. Sadly, one innocent citizen was pronounced deceased at the scene. The citizen and the suspect were both transported to local area hospitals and their current condition is unknown. I'd like to turn it over to California Highway Patrol Officer Rick Ortiz on an update from California Highway Patrol.
Good afternoon. I'm Officer Ricardo Ortiz with the California Highway Patrol. On behalf of the California Highway Patrol, I would sincerely like to thank all of the emergency personnel that responded to this incident. We thank you for your heroic efforts during this time. I can confirm that one of our officers was struck by gunfire from the suspect's firearm. That officer is being treated for his injuries and is in stable condition. As far as any other details, this is an ongoing investigation. I don't have any other details about the investigation or about the officer's condition. As I said, it is an ongoing investigation, and I will refer those questions to the Roseville Police Department. Thank you.
Well, Officer Kirby, if you could tell us, pardon me, Captain, CBS 13, Steve Large here, the order this played out in and the timing it played out in, a report of an officer shot. How long after that do we know when the suspect took these two citizens hostage and when the gunfire took place?
It was within minutes. It occurred near Mahaney Park, over near the Little League ball fields, and it was a rapidly evolving situation and occurred within a couple minutes of the initial broadcast of the CHP officer being struck by gunfire.
And do we know who shot the bullets that hit the citizens?
Yes, it was the suspect. It was from his firearm.
Were they the two citizens that he took supposedly hostage as he was running from officers?
You'll need to repeat that, I'm sorry.
The two citizens that were hit by gunfire, were they the two citizens that he took hostage?
Yes, they were.
Was the officer serving a warrant when this happened?
My understanding, the CHP was serving an arrest warrant at that time.
For what?
You'll need to refer to CHP for that. It's their investigation.
Where is their CHP officer? What was the warrant?
I don't have any further details on that incident.
And he was serving this warrant just out in the park? Was the man walking at the park?
Could you step up to the other microphones also?
As for the details of the investigation, I don't have any of that. I would refer that to the Roseville Police Department. I don't have any information as far as the warrant that was being served or the circumstances.
Do you have the ages of the suspect or the identity or anything like that? Or with the person who was pronounced dead at the scene, was it a male, female?
All that information is still being held at this time. Notification of kin, and we're working with the Placer County Coroner's Office as well.
Captain, what was the process as far as the rest of the civilians that were in the area? We know children were in there. What was that process like to get them on lockdown and get them to where they are at the school now to be picked up?
So the question was, what was the process for the surrounding areas where the incident occurred? So nearby we had some camps going at the Mahaney Library. Everybody sheltered in place. We had a high school nearby. There was a few people at the high school, even though the high school's closed this week. They were sheltered in place as well. And then once the scene was was more static, we started working with the school district to move people out of the schools and also out of the library as well to a reunification area at a nearby local Roseville school.
Did the CHP officer fire his weapon?
I don't have that information.
Any kids or activities going on near the Little League ballpark where this supposedly happened at?
No, there was nothing official going on at that time. There was no Little League going on. There were people out and about walking on the trails in the area.
These two hostages, were they walking in the trails, or why were they there? They didn't know the suspect, right?
The question was, did the two hostages know the suspect? At this time, it's unknown, but I would believe no.
But do you know why they were in the park? Were they walking?
I'm sorry, you're going to need to repeat that.
I said, do you know why they were in the park? Were they out there walking, or what they were doing before they became hostages?
I do not know why they were in the park.
And you may have said this, but the condition of the suspect, did the suspect suffer any injuries at all?
He was taken to a local hospital. As far as any information regarding that, I do not have at this time.
But did you say that can you confirm he was or was not shot?
My knowledge at this time is he was not shot, but he was taken to a local area hospital.
Was the CHP officer shot on that initial confrontation for the search warrant, or was it during the chase that the officer was shot?
I don't have any of that information. I don't know at what point. I just know that the officer was struck by gunfire from the suspect's firearm. That's all the information that I have.
And it was just this one officer that was there to serve the warrant. There was no one else. Yeah.
I don't have that info. I have no idea how many officers were on scene. It's an ongoing investigation. I don't have that information.
Captain, were both the hostages adults?
The question was, were both hostages adults? Yes, they were. I have no other information about the hostages at this time.
Information on the suspect's weapon?
I have no information on that as well. The investigation's ongoing. We have a large crime scene that we're working with allied agencies that are assisting the Roseville Police Department and the California Highway Patrol. So at this time, we don't have any more information regarding that.
Could you tell us, were officers serving a search warrant at the time of the shooting, or are these two separate incidents?
No search warrant at the time, to my knowledge. So I want to thank everybody for coming out. Most of all, I want to thank all the agencies that responded to assist us. Some very heroic efforts occurred from multiple law enforcement agencies that respond, and we're very thankful for that. The Roseville Police Department thanks you all for being here, and we'll have more follow-up later on, probably tomorrow over the weekend.